Hi guys, Mark from Northeast Bass Fishing. How's it going? I figured I'd get a few videos in before I go away. Next week is the Champlain trip, the yearly Champlain trip. So like I said, I hope I get some good video for that. So I was going through my stuff, packing it up here, and I was like, oh, I gotta get this stuff ready to go away. And I realized that when I went to Bass Pro the other day, I never did a video on the stuff I bought from there. So I figured let me go through that first before I start putting it in the boat and using it. And so it's just a few things I got, not necessarily for Champlain, but things I wanted. So let me see what I got here. I'll just go through what I got. Some of the stuff you guys know what I like to throw, so you've seen a lot of this stuff before, but let me start with these. I picked up a few more. I know I did a video not that long ago. I've got some of these tiny, the tiny flukes from Zoom. So I got a few more colors of them, and I got them to rig on the tiny scroungers, because I want to try to do that and see if I can get some more, get some more confidence in doing it. So I picked up a few more colors. If you guys who've never seen a tiny fluke before, the fluke is one of my favorite baits. But this is not what I would typically throw as a fluke. I'm throwing the Zoom Super Fluke. This tiny fluke, I mean, you could use this for drop shotting, any finesse, probably throw it on a Ned, really. I've never tried that, but I bought it to put on these small scrounger heads. And I don't know how long ago, but I think I showed this to you guys on a video already. And this is something that Aaron Martins used to like to do, throw these small, I don't even know if these are 1/4 ounce, it might be less. But these are 1/8 ounce. This is an 1/8 ounce scrounger head. So the scrounger head is something I want to try to get some more confidence in. And you just take that small 1/8 ounce and rig it up with one of these tiny flukes. And I might actually bring this to Champlain with me and try it. I can't imagine the smallies won't like it. I'm not going to bother rigging one up. You guys can check my other video, but I did get this baby bass color, which I like. And I got the Arkansas Shiner color, which is really, I mean, see, these are like some of the staple fluke colors that we all throw. So you can't go wrong with that, that shiner type color. Looks like a lot of bait fish in a lot of places. I'm not sure if these are, if they have the, I'm going to guess I'm going to say that's probably a 3-inch bait. I'm not sure. It doesn't say on there, so I'm not 100% sure. But there you go. So that's the tiny fluke. So if you're thinking of trying this, the tiny fluke is the one I'm getting for it. And I got the bait fish color. Kind of similar to the Arkansas Shiner. There you go. It's a nice looking one. Bait fish color. It's got that, like that pearl type belly. It's like a smoked top with some different flake in there. Some blue, some green, some black. Different types of flakes. That's, for your ultra finesse stuff. And I would do this on a spinning rod. 8-pound test, maybe the most, maybe 6. There you go. So there's a tiny fluke. I think I got 3 of those. I don't see any more in the bag here in the pile. So what's this? Oh, I did. I got one more. Watermelon red. Can't go wrong with that. So I got 4 of those. I did get a couple other things that, I bought a new net because my my net last year in that windstorm on Lake Bomacene, the net somehow, neither Eric or I saw it go, and it flew out of the boat and it's gone. It's at the bottom of Bomacene somewhere, so I got a new net and a new pair of boots. But there you go. It's that watermelon red tiny fluke. Like I said, I got these primarily to throw on that scrounger head and try that out this season. Let's see. I did get a couple more. I think I got 3, but I don't know where it is. Must have put it in the boat, so I'm not sure. I got that Bitsy tube. I got a couple more of those. And this one is the pumpkin green flake. I grabbed that. And that's, I showed you that too on a previous video. I was just taking that tiny tube on any kind of a jig head. You could throw it on a Ned. I mean, I got a Ned laying here. Let's see what it looks like on a Ned. I'm going to definitely try this up on Champlain. So it's almost like you're just kind of rigging it with, you want that hook out. So I'm just going to go what I think is about. And just, I mean, there you go. That's just on a Ned head. I think I was throwing on a bass cave last time, but any kind of jig head you want to use, Great finessed presentation. This should be good up there on Champlain for those smallies. So I'm going to give it a try. And try some different heads. But like I said, that's the pumpkin green flake color. Strike King. I need to get a 10-pack, yeah. So you get a 10-pack of the Bitsy tubes. All this finesse stuff. Something's wrong with me lately. And I also got the green pumpkin red flake Bitsy tube. So there you go. That's what that looks like up close. Nice color. I'm going to definitely try these up on Champlain. Got a whole week coming up there, so I got lots of time to try different techniques. You know, primarily it's jerkbait season, but you can always try this other stuff too if they're not going after the jerkbait. I always have to get a bag of Zoom trick worms. I love throwing the trick worm. And this is a green pumpkin, purple green. I wasn't sure if I had this one. I was kind of just looking. Even if I get a color I already got, if I have a few extra bags of it, I don't mind because I throw these so much. But that's a really nice natural color. You know, I love that color. It's almost like that watermelon, green pumpkin candy type. And I throw that. I know I've shown you that. I throw that on these slider heads. I like to throw. I just leave that with an open hook. This has really become a great bait for me the last few years. Again, like, you know, I've been using a trick worm for years, but kind of got away from it. But now I've been throwing it a lot more. And I just throw it on that slider head, open hook like that. You'd be surprised how you don't really get hung up that much. It comes through the, maybe it's the way that head is shaped. It comes through the rocks pretty well. But that's that setup, you know, I like to use. And that's the green pumpkin purple green. Really nice color. So if I have one up there in the piles of trick worms, now I got two. I always grab some max scent baits when I can find them because it seems like they're getting easier to get again. There is more stock, it seems, finally. So whenever I do see a few on the shelf, I'll grab them. And the Bass Pro over in Hookset in New Hampshire was pretty well, you know, set up with them. So I just grabbed a few. This is the Flatworm in the natural shad color. You know, very popular drop shot bait, and a good on a Ned too. But every time I was going to open this up for you guys, though. I always thought these just pulled open. I guess you got to tear it first. Of course, now I'm not going to be able to hang it up. And for you guys who have never seen the Flatworm before, get that max scent color, which to me, and which I've heard it explained as, is kind of like gulp that won't dry out. I mean, everybody that's been fishing the last few years knows about the Flatworm, how popular it is for drop shotting. But you can throw this as a Ned too. And so whenever I see a pack, I usually grab them just to stock up because you never know when it might get hard to get them again. But it seems like stock for the power bait stuff is back to somewhat normal. But there you go. Can't go wrong with a bag of those. Let's see. I also got the Hitworm because I like that watermelon candy color, and I saw it there. I said, let me grab that. I don't think I have a Hitworm in the watermelon candy. Am I gonna have to tear this one too, or will it just open for him? Yeah. Oh. I think I have to tear these off now. I don't remember having to do this. I just thought they just popped open. Maybe they're making their bags tougher so they don't leak. Now, if it was a Berkeley Gulp bag, and it had a small, any air getting in, it'd be hard as a rock. But that Hitworm is a great color. I usually throw these on a Ned. Whew, that's a great color. Drop shot it, Ned rig it, shaky head it, however you want to throw it, whatever kind of jig head you want to use. But that's the Berkeley Max Scent Hitworm in watermelon candy. Yeah. Yeah, watermelon candy. And they actually say for use drop shot. Me, I use it more as a Ned or as a shaky head. And I'm not going to take this out of pack because you guys have seen 100 of these, but this is the Creature Hog, which has become one of my favorite flipping baits, and that's the South African Special. Whenever I see that color, because I like it, I always grab one. But I won't be able to hang it up if I open it up, so there you go. So that's the Max Scent stuff, and I think that's it for the soft plastics. I didn't get a ton of stuff. And since I'm going to Champlain, and I know it's going to be a jerkbait bite, I grabbed a couple of Berkeley Stunners, sorry. And this is that perch color, and so I think one is the is the +1, and one is just the regular. I only threw these once for a very short time when I was kind of really out, just seeing how the boat was going to run. And I'm definitely going to bring these with me, so I figured I better show them to you before I take them out of the box. I don't know if I have the perch color. I might, but perch is one of my favorite jerkbait colors. Of course, now they're all going to be in these holes. Getting these out of the pack is not easy. Pretty much got to tear it apart. But that's the regular 112. And I threw these one day, and it was a day I went out on the Connecticut River, and I was just kind of really just running the boat, which is when I found out I had a fuel leak because I thought I smelled some fuel. But I didn't really anticipate catching anything in 42-degree chocolate milk, and I didn't. But I just wanted to throw these and see, and they throw well. Haven't caught a fish on yet, but I only threw them that one day, and when I was at Candy for my tournament, I never used the stunner. But I will definitely try this up on Champlain next week. So get a good look at this, because it may be destroyed by a pike coming this week. This week, hopefully it'll survive, because it's a nice looking bait, and I'd hate to. They're not cheap. I wouldn't want to lose one, the first time I take it out. But I'm sure I will try these out. But it's a great perch pattern, really nice. And so here's the same bait in the +1. And since I'm going to put these in a box with my other stunners and jerkbaits, it doesn't matter if I destroy the packaging. But I won't tear it out of that. That's the +1. See, it's got that bigger bill. And they really make these difficult to get out of here. Those fusion hooks are sharp. So there you go. So there's the same pattern, but the +1. Now I don't know what they claim the +1 will get down to, 6 to 10 feet, which I guess is about normal. I'm usually throwing like 7 or 8 pound fluoro on my jerkbaits, but you can see the bill comparison between the +1 and the regular one. So if the fish are a little shallower, I would go with this. If you want to get it down a little deeper, maybe at 8 to 10 range, go with that +1. And to me, at least, in my opinion, that +1 size has really become popular, and a lot of companies are now coming out with that +1. I think I saw the Spro McStick is going to have a +1, which would be nice because I love the McStick. But that's what I grabbed from Bass Pro. Got a couple stunners, and that perch color. Can't go wrong with the old trick worm. A few Mac scent baits. A couple Strike King Dixie tubes. And some of the tiny flukes. So that was it. That was a trip over there. I actually went over there hoping to get just a new pair of like boots to wear when I'm launching in the cold water. Just some regular water boots, because the pair I had were starting to leak, so it was time for a new pair, and I needed a net. And so I got off those two things, and of course you gotta grab a few baits while you're at it. So that was it. That was the haul from about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, over at Bass Pro over in Hooksett, New Hampshire. Nice store. So that's it, guys. I wanted to just share those with you. I do have a couple of other baits that came in. I've got an order from Beast Coast. I want to show you some of those football head jigs I got, and I just got some stocked up on some tungsten from Woo. I'm going to show you that too. Either tonight, maybe I'll do it, or tomorrow, but I'll post that soon. If I don't get to it, I'll get to it when I get back from Champlain next week. But that's it. So I'll keep you guys posted on the trip and all that stuff, and see you soon on YouTube. Mark it out.